Good afternoon and welcome in to your daily community briefing here live on WBONTV Channel 9. I'm Michael Watkins here with you on the newscast today. We've got a jam-packed newscast coming up right now, which includes our lead story. Thomas Birl, the man accused of murdering Richmond couple Chris and Gracie Hager, appeared in court today for his preliminary hearing with Judge Earl Ray Neal presiding. The hearing was pushed back from yesterday after previous judge Charles Harden recused himself due to the fact that he knew the Richmond couple. Detective Jason Friend described the scene to County Attorney Jenny Hammond, where the response from Richmond police was described from the time they arrived through the 4-hour-long standoff that ensued. Detective Friend notified that Birl is in fact the suspect and was identified as the shooter to investigators by his girlfriend of 3 years. Friend added that the girlfriend was who had answered the door when the Hagers arrived at the Keystone Drive residence, and Birl allegedly then fired deadly shots at the couple before going back into the apartment for 4 hours, later starting a fire at the residence. Birl's attorney unsuccessfully attempted to reduce his bond, and the case has been waived to a grand jury. Stay tuned as WBON-TV will keep you up to date on this high-profile case. Well, Harrington Lake in Garrard County has taken yet another life. According to reports, a 79-year-old man was found deceased in the waters of the lake. According to the Garrard County coroner, the man has been identified as Ralph Tudor. Tudor was a local kayaker who helped pick up trash out of the lake. Officials say foul play is not suspected regarding his death. An autopsy will be completed today to determine a cause of death. Well, now that school is back in session and COVID cases are surging, there are some changes on local campuses, including Eastern Kentucky University. WBON-TV spoke to President of Eastern Kentucky University, Dr. David McFadden, who talked about COVID protocols on campus, as well as how the first week is going, and that enrollment rates are actually the highest they have ever been. With the story, here's our news director, Marissa Hempel.
It has been almost exactly a year since you officially took over as the head of EKU. And unfortunately, it was in the midst of a pandemic, which seems to kind of be surging again, unfortunately. So a lot of tough decisions have had to have been made, especially with school just starting this week. So to start off, now that the students are back in classes, back in dorms, what are some of the COVID protocols and kind of the decisions that EKU had to make for this year?
Yeah, as we were coming back, obviously, I think in May and June, we were all very hopeful that, we'd kind of put the worst behind us as it related to COVID-19. We've seen this kind of third wave come on in the latter part of July, early part of August. So we made the decision in bringing students back into the classroom starting this week on Monday that we would reinstate a mandatory mask requirement indoors on campus. During this entire period of time prior to the end of the spring semester, we were encouraging and educating students about vaccinations and getting those vaccines. And we've had pop-up vaccine clinics here on campus since students started moving in last week. And we're seeing an adoption rate there. Students are picking up and taking those vaccines. There's a lot of educational opportunities amongst the student population to make sure they're informed and they understand the benefits for themselves, but also for those around them, so that they can have a really successful, a really productive, and hopefully a really fun academic year this year.
Now, EKU, I know, is in line with what other public universities are doing as far as protocols, right?
Yes. Yeah. All of the public institutions in Kentucky have adopted an indoor mask requirement on campus. Now, all of us will kind of make our own decisions as we see what the spread looks like in the communities on our campuses, how we're managing quarantines and student support services from this point forward. But yeah, all of the public institutions started the academic year together with a mask mandate.
Now, has there been any talk, because I know some smaller universities and colleges do things like this, about a mandatory vaccination, at least for staff and faculty?
Yeah, it's such a, it's a delicate subject, and it's one that I think that, we really want to inform and educate and provide opportunities for individuals to make that decision. Obviously at an institutional level, I think that, that's a very difficult decision to make. It's a very personal decision that individuals are going to make. And right now vaccines are widely available. And so as we're gathering data this week and into next about our student population, about our employee population, their vaccination status, I think we'll have a clearer picture of where we're at. We had a an amazing response amongst our faculty and staff for vaccinations when we had clinics back in the spring. And so we're really confident once we kind of get certified vaccination cards uploaded and reviewed that, you know, we're gonna be at a very large majority of our faculty and staff are already vaccinated. Now, for the student populations, I think the national trends are telling us that, you know, 20%, 20 to 25% is probably about where those 18 to 22-year-olds are going to land. And so our hope is that we can help them make good decisions from now going into the fall semester.
So you mentioned student population. That was another talking point. Enrollment, especially for the freshman class, is looking pretty promising despite all the issues that you just mentioned. If you care to expound upon that.
Yeah, this is really a great year for us. It's the first year in 6 consecutive years that our freshman class this year is bigger than the class before. And so we're seeing increases. We're up in in-state enrollment. We're up in service region enrollment. We've seen increases in our underrepresented minority populations. Our transfer students are up. And of course, looking at our graduate students, those are up too. So this is what we hope is the first year of what is, you know, a set of subsequent years of growth for the institution. I guess that may be, you know, shocking given, you know, what we've kind of faced over the last 18 months. But I think there's a real desire for these students who showed up here to have a traditional and transformative college experience. And that's what we're about here at EKU. And so we're excited to see that growth that is, you know, looks like year one of what we hope to be several years of growth here at EKU.
Thanks, Marissa. Well, a house fire in Lincoln County has claimed the life of 7-year-old Jesse Ray Yoder. According to officials, it happened Tuesday evening in what was referred to as the washroom in an Amish home. Officials report that they believe a spark from a propane device ignited a fire that completely destroyed the home located on Fall Lick Road near Crab Orchard, just off Highway 39. When the last plane leaves the Bluegrass Airport tonight, the real work will begin. Contractors will work to resurface the 7,000 feet runway, and it will take several contractors and 21,000 tons of asphalt. To complete the paving, even after the runway is finished, there still is another 6 months of work before the total project will be complete. And Lexington police are now investigating after a woman was found with a gunshot wound Wednesday morning. It happened just after midnight on Whispering Hills Drive near Wilson Downing Road. Police say they were called after someone heard gunfire in the area. Reports say that when they arrived, they found the woman who had been shot, and she was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. It's now time for our first commercial break here on the newscast, folks. Lots more to get to, including more stories. We've got an interview coming up from Samantha Burford about the new fire truck here in Richmond. That and more when we come back on the newscast, live on WBONTV Channel 9.
Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davis & Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisandpowellfuneralhome.com. Davis & Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
The mission at H2 Health is to create a healthcare environment where their employees and clients love to be. They offer a wide range of services including physical therapy, occupational therapy, a chronic pain program, wellness and fitness programs, dry needling, and more. H2 Health is here to get you back in the game and feeling your best with locations in Richmond, Berea, and more. Visit h2health.com to learn more and get started today at H2 Health.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
donate or shop at the new location for the Habitat Restore in Madison County. The proceeds from the Habitat Restore go towards helping build a home for someone in need. Shop, donate, or volunteer at the new location for the Habitat Restore in the old CVS Pharmacy building on Main Street in Richmond.
You know when you step outside and it feels absolutely perfect? The air's not too warm, not too cool, just perfection? Now imagine if you could have that same feeling inside your home at a price that feels even better. You can, thanks to the folks at Affordable Heating and Air. Call 859-779-0122 now and get the best Lennox home comfort systems at a price you'll love. That's Affordable Heating and Air at 859-779-0122 or online at affordableheating-air.com.
When I started to experience the world from practicing law, it showed me that there's a lot of injustice that can be corrected. We're called personal injury attorneys, but I'm not there for the injury, I'm there for the recovery. And that's what we try to do. We try to help people recover after they've been hurt. If the big firms are gonna drop you as soon as your claim entails some kind of work, some kind of additional effort, why not just come to someone who's gonna put the work in the first place?
Drug use has impacted everyone in our community. The Madison Opioid Response and Empowerment Program is working hard to create lasting change. Join Kentucky River Foothills on August 25th for the More Empowerment Conference via Zoom webinar. Governor Andy Beshear will provide opening remarks, followed by Kentucky's Public Health Commissioner Dr. Stephen Stack. This conference will spotlight what our local leaders are doing to combat the issue and features many experts from our community in the field of addiction. To register for free, visit foothillscap.org.
The Old West, the way you remember it. Good guys and bad guys.
Come and join us as we watch and talk about the best of the West.
Western movies, TV shows, and more.
Draw Western Theaters, Saturdays at 1 p.m.
Here on Richmond's very own Channel 9.
Back here on the newscast on WBONTV Channel 9. Tuesday, city officials, community members, firefighters, and their families gathered to welcome a new tower truck to their fleet. The ceremony held true to tradition with a blessing given by Mayor and Minister Robert Blythe. Another tradition transpired with the pushing the $1.5 million vehicle into its garage bay. The new truck replaces the city's tower truck that was purchased 3 decades ago. Mayor Blythe praised the former council that allocated the funds for the purchase, and we've got more on this story with WBON-TV's Samantha Burford.
The dedication and blessing ceremony of a new 100-foot state-of-the-art fire truck took place in downtown Richmond, Fire Station 1. Firefighters will spend the next several months training and learning the new features of this nearly $1.5 million fire truck.
We're very excited. Obviously, the opportunity to enhance the services that we provide the citizens in our community, vitally important. But to replace a piece of equipment that's 27 years old, the new technology and the new enhancements in safety for our community and for our firefighters makes us very proud that we've been able to, with the partnership of so many people, the city manager, the board of commissioners and mayor, our leadership at the fire department, the committee of people at the fire department that really put this spec together and figured out what we needed to serve our community, to be a good steward of the tax dollars and make sure we got the right purchase. All that kind of work culminated today in the opportunity to put this fire truck into service. So we feel like this is the community's fire truck. This isn't just the fire department's fire truck. It's very much the community's fire truck. So we wanted multiple people to be involved in that, to feel like they have ownership, because they do, in this fire truck within their community. So we invite the community. If you didn't get the chance to be out here today with us to dedicate the fire truck, come by Fire Station. Come by this fire station in downtown Richmond. See this new tower truck. Let us share with you the things that we're doing to keep you safe and see all the really cool tools that we have at our disposal to keep you safe.
Let me tell you, Samantha, 1.4 million, we're very blessed here.
For more great stories like these, check us out on WBONTV.com. You can find us on all the social media pages like Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. I'm Samantha Burford for WBONTV.com.
Thanks, Samantha. Earlier this week on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show, Pam Dexter, a part of the Madison Central Booster Club, joined us and she talked about the update on the crowd events and services that will be available to fans at the kickoff tomorrow night for Madison Central's first football game at home. With the interview, here's the clip from the sports show Monday night. We've got Pam Dexter over here with us, of the Dexter family. We're going to come over and talk to us. She's here with us to talk about the first game for Madison Central. Some very cool things happening this year with the Central football team.
Some new traditions.
And I think it's cool. You know, Coach Holcomb is an old school guy, bringing in these new school ideas that they are kind of putting together. The Restoration 1 Roy Kidd Bowl, that is your all's opening game this Friday night against LCA. And Pam, some cool things happening before the game, if you want to talk to us about that.
Sure. I know, first of all, the students have put together a paint wars that they are doing at 4:30, I believe, across the lot.
So we got to remind them all, don't wear your good clothes.
Don't wear your good clothes. They have to bring their own paint. I just happened to see that on my child's post. And I didn't know about that before.
So what is a paint war? What does that even mean? Just like a paint, like throwing paint at each other?
I have not participated in that.
Oh, my kids have participated.
My kids have in the past as well. So they bring their own paint and they come in covered.
You talked about the fans aspect. We were there for the Lexington Catholic game on basketball this past year when the fans were allowed back in, or the pep section was allowed back in. And since then, I mean, they have just taken off. You look at what they did on the original tournament run to the state tournament.
Basketball.
And then in baseball, I mean, they had a pep section for baseball. I think they're just excited to get out there and support their fellow classmates. So that'll be something fun that they're also doing. The Tomahawk Walk. Tell us about that.
Okay, well, right before that, actually, I'm going to cut in. At 5 o'clock, they are having a tailgate that they're doing at the top lot. They wanted to start this last year, I believe, but obviously we had restrictions. Shocker. So anyway, so they're starting that at 5 o'clock. They're wanting everybody to come out to the top lot. Churches, I don't know who, but several churches are cooking and grilling and having food at 5.
So do you pay? Like if I'm coming to eat, do we have to pay?
My understanding is that you do not. I have not been told that specifically.
So maybe it's a donation from the church they're buying.
Possibly. I don't.
Or I guess if you want, you could bring your own food.
Yeah, if you got a certain dip
absolutely.
or whatever you like to make for a tailgate, that would be something fun to do.
Yes, just very tailgate.
Bring your cornhole.
Yeah, it begins at 5.
Okay, so 5 o'clock. And that's at there by at the top where the gym is, kind of behind the gym area?
Correct, and it's kind of the new pavement section.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they just paved it last week.
So that's something fun. You got the war, the paint war, then you got the tailgate, and then you got the Tomahawk Walk.
And then the Tomahawk Walk is something new they're doing this year. From my understanding, that it will begin at around 5:30. And then that will include the dancers, the Madison Central dancers, the Madison Central cheerleaders, the band, football players, and I believe this week they're inviting the youth football team to walk with them as well.
Oh, that's very special.
That is cool.
And I don't know if they'll add to that every home game.
Something different every week.
I don't know about that, but that's what I was told this.
So every home game, this is going to be even the tailgating every home game.
That is the plan at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is exciting, and that will be fun because, it's always typically parents or grandparents that come to the games. This gives fans a new reason to come.
But, Pam, so let's talk about, again, where can folks go if they would like to maybe give a meal for the team or if they want to donate something to kind of help the team? Is there a place they can go to do that?
They can contact me on it is a Madison Central Booster page on Twitter. I think and there's also an Instagram page as well. Of course, you could always call the school. We have the secretaries there know how to get in touch with me or someone who could do that.
Yeah, because that's always needed. Food, it takes a lot of food to feed.
You got some hungry young boys on all these teams.
Can you imagine feeding Malachi Wood?
Yeah, listen, Malachi, he lost some weight too. He saw that. He talked about it this week.
He's a big old
boy. I'm sure
she's
got to feed Evan. I'm sure it will take.
She has a lot of boys at home. Well, was at home to feed. So yeah.
Mine are gaining independence.
Well, Pam, we appreciate you coming over.
Thank you.
The Restoration 1, big sponsor for you all. Special thanks to them for setting this thing up and sponsoring the Roy Kidd Bowl this Friday night. 7:30 start, folks. Get out there early. You can watch the paint war. You can grab some good food. You can watch the Tomahawk Walk, and then get on over to the stadium and watch some really good football. Madison Central taking on one of the top teams in Class 1A, Lexington Christian Academy. Pam, thank you for coming over. Good luck to you all this year, and have some fun Friday night.
Thanks. We'll do.
Well, if you're into stargazing, you will have a chance to look to the night skies this week for another special astronomical event. According to NASA, this Sunday there will be a blue moon as well as a bright Saturn and Jupiter. However, experts say that the full moon won't actually be blue and instead got its name when dust in the atmosphere makes the moon appear blue. Friday, with the telescope, NASA says you can get a glimpse of the rings of Saturn, and Thursday will be prime time to see Jupiter at its closest and brightest. Well, some good news for Lee County. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet announced Wednesday the county will receive over $74,000 from the County Road Aid Emergency Fund to repair Dunigan Branch Road that was damaged in last month's flood. It's now time for our second commercial break here on the newscast. Again, lots more information to get to when we come back here live on WBONTV Channel 9.
Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davis & Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisandpowellfuneralhome.com. Davis & Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
The mission at H2 Health is to create a healthcare environment where their employees and clients love to be. They offer a wide range of services including physical therapy, occupational therapy, a chronic pain program, wellness and fitness programs, dry needling, and more. H2 Health is here to get you back in the game and feeling your best with locations in Richmond, Berea, and more. Visit h2health.com to learn more and get started today at H2 Health.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
Donate or shop at the new location for the Habitat Restore in Madison County. The proceeds from the Habitat Restore go towards helping build a home for someone in need. Shop, donate, or volunteer at the new location for the Habitat Restore in the old CVS Pharmacy building on Main Street in Richmond.
You know when you step outside and it feels absolutely perfect? The air's not too warm, not too cool, just perfection? Now imagine if you could have that same feeling inside your home at a price that feels even better. You can, thanks to the folks at Affordable Heating and Air. Call 859-779-0122 now and get the best Lennox home comfort systems at a price you'll love. That's Affordable Heating and Air at 859-779-0122 or online at affordableheating-air.com.
When I started to experience the world from practicing law, it showed me that there's a lot of injustice that can be corrected. We're called personal injury attorneys, but I'm not there for the injury, I'm there for the recovery. And that's what we try to do. We try to help people recover after they've been hurt. If the big firms are gonna drop you as soon as your claim entails some kind of work, some kind of additional effort, why not just come to someone who's gonna put the work in the first place?
Drug use has impacted everyone in our community. The Madison Opioid Response and Empowerment Program is working hard to create lasting change. Join Kentucky River Foothills on August 25th for the More Empowerment Conference via Zoom webinar. Governor Andy Beshear will provide opening remarks, followed by Kentucky's Public Health Commissioner Dr. Stephen Stack. This conference will spotlight what our local leaders are doing to combat the issue and features many experts from our community in the field of addiction. To register for free, visit foothillscap.org.
The Old West, the way you remember it. Good guys and bad guys.
Come and join us as we watch and talk about the best of the West.
Western movies, TV shows, and more.
Draw Western Theater, Saturdays at 1 p.m.
Here on Richmond's very own Channel 9.
Back here on WBONTV Channel 9, and do want to remind you that all first responders are welcome to 128 Big Hill Avenue at the Wallingford Broadcasting Studios tomorrow for the second annual Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. All EMT, fire, and police officers are invited to receive a free boxed lunch and enter to win prizes. WBON-TV asked that all first responders come by to get their grab-and-go lunch and drink anytime between 12:30 and 2 p.m. in the parking lot of the radio and TV station here on Big Hill Avenue. We also want to remind you about tomorrow night's high school football game. Our first game of the week for the year will feature Madison Central and LCA, one of the top teams in Class 2A. Should be a fun game tomorrow night as the Indians begin the Mike Holcomb era at the Valley, Tomahawk Valley here at Madison Central High School. Our coverage will begin around 7:10 p.m. with the kickoff at 7:30 right here on WBON-TV. Well, with the new wave of the COVID-19 virus spreading across the nation, Garth Brooks announced he is canceling and refunding approximately 350,000 tickets from the tour's next 5 cities. Out of the 5 cancellations, one includes Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, scheduled for September 18th. No action is required to obtain a refund from the ticket holders, as Ticketmaster will issue a refund to the original method of payment used at the time of purchase. In other COVID-related news, we've got some red zone reduction recommendations for you as well. If you are in the red zone, which most counties are, we'll show you that here in just a moment, but employers are asked to allow employees to work from home when possible, non-critical government offices to operate virtually. They asked to reduce in-person shopping, order online or curbside pickup, order takeout, avoid dining in restaurant or bars, prioritize businesses that follow and enforce mask mandate and other guidelines, reschedule, postpone, or cancel public and private events, do not host or attend gatherings of any size, avoid non-essential activities outside of your home, and reduce overall activity and contacts and follow existing guidance, including the 10 steps to defeat COVID-19. We talked about the red zone restrictions there. Here are the counties that are in the red. It'll be easier to tell you which counties are not in the red. There are only a few of them. There are 6 counties in the state not in the red zone for the current incidence rate. Those counties include Carlisle at 21, Hickman County at 19.6, Fulton County at 19.1, Campbell at 23.5 for their incidence rate, Robertson County at 13.6, and Clinton County at 11.2. The overall incidence rate for the state has once again went up from 60.23 to 61.79. Madison County today at 58.4 for our current incidence rate. That is an increase from 53.5 yesterday. Estill County has also seen a slight uptick in their current incidence rate. They go from 70.9 to 71.9. Other counties surrounding us that are in the red include Jackson County at 97.5, Rockcastle County at 80.4, Garrard County at 47.7, Jessamine County at 57.5, Fayette County at 50.4, and Clark County at 49.6. Again, folks, only 6 counties that are not in the red zone for that current incidence rate, which reminds us to tell you where you can go to get a COVID-19 vaccine. The White House Clinic is still offering those up. You can call 1-855-WH-APPTS to set up your appointment today. Appointments are available for anyone 12 and older, and they also have testing available from the White House Clinic. You can set that up as well over at any of the White House Clinic locations. Tomorrow they will have it available at the Richmond Big Hill Christian Church from 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. or at the Lancaster Garrard County Health Department from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Folks, we appreciate you being with us each and every single day. We'll be back with you tomorrow on Friday to wrap up another work week. We appreciate you tuning us in. We'll see you tomorrow, same time and same place at 3 p.m. for your daily community briefing here live on WBON-TV Channel 9.